All right, social media and Twitter in particular is dragging Jim Harbaugh, the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, for some comments he made about COVID. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check our college sports playlist for more videos like this. Appreciate the love, support, and basically, and I'll put it on the screen so you can get the word from word. But he says that COVID is part of our society now. Basically, live with it. But he says that COVID wasn't caused by football, and that there's no study or research that says that football or sports is gonna make COVID worse. Basically, let's play football, and people saying that COVID wasn't created by partying, but basically it's not safe to party. But I feel him on that, man. You know what I'm saying? At one point, the Spanish flu was crazy, leprosy was crazy. At one point the chicken pox and the smallpox, and eventually, some bright, mind or some good, doctors found a cure, and at the point we just got to wait for a cure. If you want to be exact, this thing won't go away no matter how much social distance, no matter how much you stay at home, it's going to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of the matter that there are things that are essential that's going to keep it alive, like going to the grocery store, like people having to go to work or may not ever have a job to go back to. So at the end of the day, I agree with them to a certain extent. It's just something that you got to live with. It's part of society. It's going to be part of society. It's just not going to pick up and leave. It's just the point that, like on the other diseases I named, they found the cure, and we able to live on. But one thing, sports is non-essential. But to a lot of the universities and a lot of important people, it's essential as far as the financial ramifications that he has on the university. You say, well, University of Michigan, Florida, Alabama charge all this tuition, and look out what they charge for tuition, and look what some private schools charge for tuition. It's astronomically high. That it is essential to a lot of universities and stuff of that nature. If you're gonna have kids staying in a dorm together, you're gonna have kids going to class and coming to campuses and going frat parties and going to the library. Well, Jim Harbaugh got a point. Why we can't play football? But the thing about it is, what if your quarterback, your star cornerback, a linebacker get COVID-19? Are you increasing the chances of them getting COVID-19 by playing football and basketball? My thing is, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. It's part of society. People looking at these numbers and saying, oh, this many people dying, that many people dying. But the recovery rate is very, very high to COVID-19. Not having a symptom rate is very, very high. We're talking about COVID-19. So everybody everybody living in fear. All of a sudden, the government care. When you look at Flint not having good water, look at a lot of places don't have good water. Everybody don't have a filtration system on their house. The government don't care. If they did care, they would have been well prepared for the corona coming to America. It's been here since November. Was you living in fear in November when they was warning it was here? There are like a lot of cases of people saying they had the corona and the doctor couldn't explain what it was. And I'm pretty sure people died from corona in November, December, January, February, and the first 2 weeks of March. What's the difference between you going out and partying and going out to restaurants and your kids going to school in the first 2 weeks of March and the last 2 weeks to this point? There's no difference, but the media scare. That's it. It's the media scaring people. That's the difference. If the media didn't talk about corona or doesn't talk about the COVID cases, same thing with the NFL. And I'm going to finish on Harbaugh in a minute. If the NFL never mentioned or never showed the national anthem, never showed Colin Kaepernick kneeling, would it be a story? No. The media's job is to overblow everything. The media's job is to cover negative stories. And to me, without the media hype train, nobody cared about corona. Everybody was traveling, doing their thug thizzle, dancing and all that shit. So when people like Jim Harbaugh say, the only difference was the media, and then they started shutting shit down. Had they not shut nothing down, had the media gave it minimum coverage like they give a lot of great and inspirational stories, medium coverage, nobody be caring about what people saying from the coronavirus. It wouldn't even have spread the way it spread it. You feel me? So he right. It's part of the society. It's going to stay part of the society. But look here, if you're going to lock everybody back down and stay at home, and you're going to compromise the economy and go into a place worse than the Great Depression, well, hey, I feel you. Lock everything down until they come out with a cure or a vaccine. Which a lot of people, that's another topic. A lot of people don't want the vaccine. If you're not gonna lock everybody back down, because people are gonna travel from Florida to Michigan to Ohio, Ohio to Indiana, Indiana to California, California to Oregon, all the way back down to DC. People gonna travel. It's gonna just continue to just keep circulating back and forth, around and around. It's gonna be in society probably to the rest of the time. And this ain't the only strand of coronavirus. There's other strands of corona, but people don't understand. But the media is scaring people. But he's right. It's gonna be part of our society, and play football. If I'm in favor of whatever they want to do. If they want to compromise the economy, if they want to shut down schools and shut down universities until we get a cure, cool. But it ain't no in between. It's either shut everything down for a cure or let everybody go back and live their life. It's no in between. Anything in between, it makes no sense. And people say, "Ooh, how does it not make any sense?" Because anything in between means that there's no cure, and people still going to get sick and infect each other. Now, if you lock everybody down and make them stay at home, they can't infect nobody. But people still got to go out and get groceries. People still got to go out and go to dialysis and stuff of that nature. So, like I said before, man, it makes no sense. Harbaugh, in my opinion, he got a point. I try to see things from both perspectives. He got a point. Now, as far as him saying football can't make it worse, well, breathing on each other in close context and being in a huddle, you know what I'm saying, it can transfer. Being in those piles, it can transfer. But I tell you something, man, my girlfriend had it. We lay right on the bed right here. She had it. I never got it. So it's a lot of things about this they don't understand. So him saying research hasn't said that sports can make it worse. They don't even understand what the virus completely is and how it functions, or they haven't revealed to us how it functions. At first, it was airborne. You got people wearing masks in their car while they driving. Like, why are you wearing a mask in your fucking car while you driving? If you outside walking, why are you wearing a mask outside? Do you not understand that sunlight kills it? Do you not understand it's not airborne? Do you not understand? There's some of the things about it. Like I said before, me and my girl slept next to each other, did a lot of other things, you feel me, next to each other, and I never contracted it from her. Now, I do believe I had it in February. I was sick. I had some of the symptoms, but it felt like I was going to take me to the king. But I overcame it Friday I got sick. Saturday, Sunday, Monday I couldn't eat. Sunday I started getting better. Monday, Tuesday, I was feeling pretty much back to normal. So, it's different. I've been tested a couple times, for the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? But, for him personally, I see what he's saying. Somebody that want to get out there and right his wrongs. Some dude that's been living in obscurity with the University of Michigan. He's supposed to take them back to a place, or take us back to a place that we imagine that we've been to, and we had never really been. Where Alabama, LSU is on a national level, where Florida State was in the 90s. He's supposed to take us to a place that, they're supposed to top college football, and I hope he do, you know what I'm saying? But he's just anxious. But then again, they opened up voluntary workouts at the University of Michigan, but his comments ain't too far off. You got people that's living in fear. Let me tell you about these people, man. You got people that's living in fear, but really not living in fear. They living in fear. It's subjective. They really don't want to go back to work. They want to continue to keep getting unemployment, getting enhanced unemployment. They want to keep getting stimulus checks. I'm not knocking you for that. You know what I'm saying? You got those people. But then those people are the same people that's still going out partying, having people over their house, not following the COVID-19 rules. But they just don't want to go to work. Then you got people that's living in fear. You know what I'm saying? And they scared to leave their house. They just living in fear. They scared of it. Then you got people that's going to live their life. So at the end of the day, if your college football players, they want to play football and they're not living in fear, let them play. Same thing for the baseball, basketball, whatever. Let them play. If they don't want to play and they live in fear, let them keep their scholarship. That's only fair and that's only right. But Harbaugh got a point. But hey, when you got all these big fellas that's overweight and breathing on each other, and it's true that they can transfer the coronavirus easily from those people, then I get it. But not everybody gonna live in fear and stop their life for the COVID. And when you ask a large amount of people to boycott, protest, or stay at home, you always gonna have over 50% of the people gonna be rebels. They gonna break the rules just to break the rules. They gonna They gonna party in a house like they was in Chicago, and they are scared of it. So you can't get the masses to cooperate. It really don't matter. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business questions, require sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, inscription. Best way to donate is share the video. Let me know what you guys think about Harbaugh. Comments. We gone.